Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Barclays is once again delighted to be sponsoring tonight's CBI annual dinner, which has long been one of the premier fixtures in the Northern Ireland business calendar. I'm told there's a record crowd of nearly 650 people in the room tonight, which I think speaks volumes about the high regard in which the CBI is held and the job which Angela and the team is doing. I'd also like to take this opportunity to congratulate Trevor in his first year as chair, and having seen Trevor in action over the past couple of months, I can confidently say he's one of the most knowledgeable people on Brexit in Northern Ireland. Trevor Lockhart is a black belt in Brexit, and we're very fortunate to have him as our chair this year. I'd also like to welcome Carolyn Fairbairn back to Belfast. Like many of you, I was at the CBI annual lunch back in October, at which Carolyn spoke along with Martin Wolf from the Financial Times. A formidable double act. And I have to say that was one of the best business events I've been at in Belfast this past couple of years, and I'm sure tonight will be just as good. This past year has shown the powerful voice which the CBI has in representing the business community across a whole range of issues. And over the past few months in particular, we have seen some subtle changes in government thinking around Brexit. And some of this can undoubtedly be traced back to the work that the CBI is doing. I'm sure Carolyn will speak more about this in her speech, but I would like you to join me in giving Carolyn and her team in London a round of applause for the profile she's given Northern Ireland in relation to the Brexit debate. Goodness knows we need someone to be speaking up for the business community in Northern Ireland. So Carolyn, thank you for everything you're doing. Now, this is the third year we've sponsored the CBI annual dinner, and as a sponsor, sometimes you get asked, why do you do these things and what value is there? So I thought I would just tell you a true story from last year's event. I was sitting at my table, having delivered my short speech and feeling very relieved that my work for the evening was done when I got a tap on the shoulder. And I looked up and it was a tall gentleman, and he had a very strong French accent, and he said how much he enjoyed my speech and how interested he was in what I've been saying about Barclays and digital technology. Now, my first reaction was clearly the language barrier had been a problem, because there was no way he could find my speech that interesting. But he went on to introduce himself. His name was Matthew Seguin, and he is the CEO of Coca-Cola HBC, who many of you know have a large plant just outside Lisburn. Now, Matthew explained that he was beginning a process of completely transforming his company to think more about new digital technologies. And he was wondering if there was any way that we could help him. Now, I thought this was really interesting on a couple of levels. Firstly, here we have Coca-Cola, one of the world's great iconic brands, working to completely rethink how they embrace the opportunities and challenges from this new digital era that we're all living in. Matthew was challenging his company to think completely differently. He wasn't thinking about incremental change or incremental growth. He was thinking about really ambitious and fundamentally changing how they engage with their customers. And secondly, it got me thinking, this is how a top CEO thinks and acts about their business. They seize the moment. This was important to him, so he didn't delegate it to someone else. He didn't send me an email the next morning. He got off the seat and he came over and he tapped me on the shoulder, and he got things going. And I thought that was really impressive. Long story short, I duly followed up with Matthew after the event, and our two teams have been working together for the past 6 months or so, looking at a number of areas around digital transformation. And one of the things we've been working on is helping Coca-Cola upskill their employees, and they've just launched our online digital skills program called Barclays Digital Wings. And on this program, you can learn everything from the simple stuff, such as how to make a Skype call, right up to the complex stuff about Bitcoin and blockchain, etc. And Coca-Cola were really interested in this. They thought it'd be a great way, firstly, to engage with their employees and show them that they cared about their own personal development, and at the same time, provide some real tangible benefit to their company. As we all know, a more skilled workforce is a more productive workforce. So this got me thinking and wondering how many other companies are out there that might be interested in upskilling their employees in digital transformation. So tonight, I'd like to make an offer to everyone in the audience and offer you our Digital Wings program free to you or your company or charity or public sector body, large or small. You don't have to be a Barclays customer. You can just sign up on our website, or you can do what Matthew did and just come over and tap me on the shoulder, or one of my colleagues. We would be delighted to speak with you. And connections like that are what the CBI annual dinner is all about. So can I finish by thanking the CBI once again for organising such an impressive event? And can I wish you all a very enjoyable evening. Thank you for listening.